Hello. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome to the channel. And I am just super excited to bring you guys here another video. And I am just excited to debunk all of the lies that are being told about the DC real estate market, because I am a realtor, as you guys can see. I hope you can see. I am a realtor here in DC, Maryland, and Virginia. My name is Vicky Koger, and I have been licensed here since 2004. I keep saying 2020. Yeah, 2004. So I have been a realtor for 21 years in DC, Maryland, and Virginia, guys. I started as a young 21-year-old, fresh behind the ears, straight out of Howard University. I worked on a team, and I just been loving what I've been doing and serving families and individuals in DC, Maryland, and Virginia all of these years. When the market crashed in 2008, I took a little break from real estate and I started my own hair company. And I was still servicing the people of DC, Maryland, and Virginia. I am born and raised here. If you know anything about DC General Hospital, I was established in DC General Hospital 1982. So when I tell you that I am born and raised in DC, Maryland, and Virginia, I am born and raised in DC, Maryland, and Virginia. And I have been an entrepreneur in DC, Maryland, and Virginia since 2004. I say all that to say that I am going to confidently tell you guys that the data that is being used in the media to sensationalize federal workers losing their jobs and to make people think that we are having some sort of economic collapse, that's a lie, okay? That is a lie. And I am actually saddened that there are outlets that want to capitalize off of people losing their jobs and want to spin a narrative that these same people are also losing their homes. So I'm very saddened by that, but that just happens to be the world that we live in, right? Lies are way more entertaining than the truth. But luckily for you, you follow my channel. Guys, the wind is really blowing out here tonight. So if you hear any banging, I am in the dining room and right by the patio, and like the wind is just going crazy. But let me bring to you guys my notes. And like I tell everyone, if you want these notes, you can email me and I will email them to you. And I am going to first show you guys, as of February 20th, the real estate market in Washington, D.C. We're not talking about the surrounding areas. We're simply talking about Washington, D.C., because this is where I see people saying that all the federal workers are dumping their houses. All those federal workers in D.C. are abandoning their homes. Let me debunk this. There are only 2,103 active listings on the DC market right now. All right. Most of the people that work for the federal government, all of them do not live in DC. There is that. So that's a lie. Okay. Number two, if you have ever lost your job or you have ever gone through a difficult time, just how long did it take before you couldn't pay your rent or before you couldn't pay your mortgage, right? I have been through some difficult times. Like during the pandemic, 2020, I think I told y'all this story, why I'm so inspired and motivated to pay off my mortgage in full, because I already had to sell a house. I sold the first house that I purchased when I was in the middle of the pandemic, 2021. Not only was I affected by the COVID pandemic, but my business was affected by the COVID pandemic. My father abruptly passed away, and to this day, I don't know what was his cause of death. If you lost any family during the pandemic, we share a special type of grief, right? Because your family member could have been here one day, then the next day you get a call and say they're no longer with us. That's what happened to me and my siblings. And I had to grieve, right? Grief looks differently for everyone. But during that grieving, because I'm an entrepreneur, my business suffered. I'm not going to blame the pandemic on why my business suffered in 2021. I can confidently say that it was the grief of losing my father and in the manner in which I lost my father. But I say this to say that I went through a difficult time as a homeowner. Y'all, I didn't lose my house. I did not lose my house. I lost income, right? Because I couldn't work. But just like I didn't lose my house when I went through a difficult time, the federal workers are not going to lose their house overnight. I want everyone to use their critical thinking skills, okay? I went to Howard University and I majored in marketing, and one of my favorite classes was critical thinking. And I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to study critical thinking, because subconsciously it just made me now a critical thinker. So I always research things. I'm always like going on. Even when I chat GPT, I research what I chat GPT. That's how much of a critical thinker that I am. So I want y'all to adapt that positive habit that I have and use your critical thinking skills, right? People are losing their jobs. We're watching that. But that doesn't mean that they're going to lose their life. Some people, 75,000 people actually took the buyout. And those are the numbers that we know, okay? Some people may still be getting buyouts. I saw that some people at NIH were actually rehired because there was a judge that said, no, you cannot lay these people off in the middle of a possible other pandemic. The people that were working on researching the bird flu and people that were working on pertinent projects that have to do with the safety of America, those people actually got rehired. The media is not going to tell us about that. They're going to continue to sensationalize the people that lost their jobs and the severance packages no longer being offered. So they want y'all to think that the DC housing market is being flushed, like flooded with inventory. I've heard some people say that we have 4,000 homes on the market. That's a lie. That's a lie. Let me read you the data. And this data comes from fox5dc.com along with Bright MLS. This, as of today is February 20th, the latest report that I could find in an article that was actually telling us the truth was from February 16th, 2025. Pay attention to the dates and pay attention to the active inventory, all right? So, as of February 25, the Washington, D.C. real estate market remains stable with no significant signs of a downturn despite recent federal workforce reduction and office space realignment. Data indicates that the housing market is maintaining its equilibrium. Our market is stable, okay? Inventory levels. Data from Bright MLS reveals that between February 3rd and February 16th, 2025, there were 2,829 new properties listings in the DC area, nearly identical to the 2,820 listings during the same period in 2024. So, we have the same amount of homes for sale in 2025 at this time that we did last year this time, okay? This consistency suggests that the numbers of homes entering the market has not been significantly impacted by recent events, okay? Let's just get into the home prices of the DC area. The median sold price in Washington, D.C. experienced an 8.3% decrease from $602,000 in 2024 to $552,000 in 2025, okay? While this indicates a modest decline, experts attribute it to a typical market fluctuation rather than a broader trend, all right? We are in the dead of winter, okay? People, this is normal. Home prices normally come down this time of year. Not only is it normal that home prices are coming down, we also still have very high interest rate, up to 7%, okay? And that's for someone with great credit. So it's normal that home prices are coming down because since the pandemic, home prices have been inflated over $200,000 in some areas. Those houses are not worth all of that. So in a market where we have higher interest rates, already astronomically high prices, it makes sense to see some prices coming down, okay? But we are way above the national average when you're looking at our median home price, okay? Market sentiment. Despite federal layoffs and office space reduction, experts emphasize that the DC housing market is not experiencing a crash. Loris Young, chief economist for the National Association of Realtors, stated, "Right now, we are not seeing any major increase in inventory or plunging in home prices." NBCWashington.com. This sentiment is echoed by other industry professionals who note that the market remains resilient. All right. So in conclusion, the Washington, D.C. real estate market in February of 2025 demonstrates stability amid recent federal changes. Both inventory levels and home prices reflect typical seasonal patterns, and the market shows resilience in the face of disruption. That's what DC is about, baby. We are a resilient area, and you are not going to see people losing their houses like the ones that want y'all to believe in the doom and gloom. They really want us to have another 2008 so bad. Like, I'm like, guys, come on now. It's not going to happen. Number one, the consumers are far more educated than they were back in 28. Number two, we have far more regulation to steer away from predatory lending. What happened in 2008 is not what's happening right now. Right now, we see a price correction. The entire country has been experiencing inflation, okay? That's like saying, oh my God, the eggs are crashing because they once were $1.75 a carton. Today we're paying $30 a carton. No, it's inflation. Eggs aren't crashing. It's inflation. Okay. And we have something happening with, birds are sick. So, all right, it's going to cost us more to get healthy eggs because we have more demand than we have inventory. That's what's been happening in the real estate market. The reason why we've always had, for the last 5-6 years, more homes than we do we have more buyers than we do homes. So we have more demand than we do inventory, is because a lot of the homeowners have lowest interest rates that we have ever seen. They have interest. Some people have interest rates as low as 2%. That has never been seen in the history of real estate. I think it has been seen once before, but it's not something that is common in interest rates. Banks have never loaned money so cheaply before. So those people are not going to sell their house. Those people can just rent their houses out if they're struggling to pay the mortgage. They can get a forbearance. They can get a deferment. All of these things are still available to help people remain in their houses. They can come up with creative ways to bring in income if they have to, if they miss the mark and did not get that buyout that's going to carry them out until at least September or the end of the year, guys. Right now is not the time to be making predictions about the DC real estate market because 75,000 people, as of last reported, were able to get that buyout option. Also, there are some federal workers that are being reinstated. So guys, please just stop with the lies. Stop with the lies. If you made it to this part of the video, you want to get the notes. I always tell you guys, I will have my contact information in the description so that I can send you guys the notes. If you live in DC, Maryland, or Virginia, please subscribe to my channel. If you live anywhere, subscribe to my channel. But if you live in the DMV, share this video with somebody that might need it. Maybe someone that was affected by these layoffs. They have a mortgage. They're worried. They think they're going to have to sell their house. Tell them to not listen to the news. Tell them to contact a realtor like myself. I could do a market analysis for you. That is absolutely free. That is part of our interviewing process where you get to see if you want to work with me and I get to see if I want to represent you. And we could just go and I can give you some strategy. We can go over your needs, your wants, your desires, and I'm going to let you know authentically what your next move should be. All right. Until we meet again, guys, thank you so much for all of our new subscribers. Remember to subscribe, guys. I'm so thankful. We are already at 500 subscribers, so we're really much on our way to being monetized, and I cannot be doing this by myself. So thank you guys for watching and commenting and engaging. And tomorrow I'm going to bring you guys some spiciness. And yeah, but I thought it was very important today that we talked about this because it's not right. It's not right that the media wants to capitalize off of people that are really suffering. And the DC market is doing Gucci, baby. It's money everywhere. It's opportunity everywhere. It's transactions happening. So if you're thinking about buying or selling a house this year, don't get tricked out the bag. Contact a realtor, connect with the lender, and let's get out here and find you your next home. Until we meet again, bye-bye.